Hi everybody. This is like my third time recording this. Jeez, I don't know why I just keep messing up for some reason. Anyways, hopefully this is the time. This is the one. Um. Anyways, I'm gonna be talking about my fire druid in this video in specific today. I know it's another druid video, but this time it's fire, fancy, and it's with the update 51 changes. So what makes this special? How does it perform in raids and quests? And what are the specifics, the details, what is all that? Well, I'm gonna get into it. Firstly, right, it's a fire druid, obviously, and it can solo R8s and it can actually do some R10s. But I don't because of speed, spell point reasons, and for the reason that if I mess up, I die. In R8s though, if I mess up, I can one-click heal myself with things like Heal and Reborn in Fire, Healing Hands. Those are some pretty powerful spells and stuff. And on top of that, both Fire and Ice Druid gets this nice like fall save thing, like this backup ability called Winter's Heart, which gives you a lot of temporary hit points. So if you get smacked, you use that, or you use that before battle. And on top of that, I dip into Nature's Protector a little bit in Falconry for some extra hit points and defenses. With all these defenses means I can take a hit or two in high skull content. And if I'm not quick to heal myself back to full, I don't really have to worry too much because like my regen and vigor will take care of me, and hopefully my teammates, depending on the skull, of course, and what's going on. But yeah. Now, that's a bit of an introduction there, right? Yeah. But in conclusion, druids are survivable. Fire druids get hella heals, and just caster druids in general are pretty underrated. They have some really nice crowd control and damage, even though people don't consider top tier. Like, I'm obviously kicking ass in this video here, as you can see in the background. And it's not always about damage or crowd control, right? You're very versatile. It's a versatile build. I don't play it the same way every time. I adapt to like the group's needs. So like if damage is covered, I crowd control and heal. If heals and damage are covered, I CC / backup heal. Just whatever the group needs, I try to provide. Yeah, so let's jump into the build itself. Well, let me see. I'll start with like enhancements here or something. Yeah. So starting from left to right here, I chose Asmar as my race. You get the healing hands. Those things are really good. You can heal people on like the other side of walls, and if you don't know where your party members are, just try to spam healing hands while you're targeting them. It's nice. I picked up the heal amp. I do have, what is it, 10 or 11 racial points, so I managed to get the extra spell power from here. The race isn't a huge thing. Try to get something with wisdom as the primary stat so you can have more DCs. DCs are important. You don't want to jump into a fight and expect to use Tsunami or Greater Color Spray or Earthquake and just have an enemy smack you in the face. That's not fun. Moving over to Season's Herald, this is your bread and butter, as people would say. It's what you want to spend most of your points in. You get all the crit chances all the way up. I do not get the SLAs because they are very expensive to get. 3 points, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 points. Just to get all of them, that's not worth it. I'd rather spend those points in like Fade Arc Illusionist, get this color spray, I managed to get some wisdom. I had some extra points left over, so I think I got like another crit chance and this refraction, which is more defenses. And everybody just please note that all action boosts, I feel like a lot of players do not use them. I have, if you look over here on my bar, I have action boost spell power. Reaper power, and Wellspring of power. I use all of these all the time. I also have Reaper efficiency. When I'm running low on spell points, I use this and then cast. So these are really good. Also, just the Divine Purpose Protector, I get some extra heal amp. You know, why not use all these abilities? Every little bit counts in DDO, and that is why I pick up this spell power here. Instead of going for like reduced meta magic costs, I do pick up 2 along the way, maximize reductions. I get some spell power here. Now me, I pick up Autumn's Wind. You do not need this. I'm lazy. This is my Featherfall that I toggle on and off. I no longer run with Featherfall when I'm kiting. I really advise you to try it out. I feel like you land faster and you have more control when you're kiting. Ever since I stopped using Featherfall, there's a little bit of a learning curve. But once I got used to that curve, the number of deaths, I could go days in R10s and not die if I was really trying, right? I mean, I don't think I have. I think I did go a full day almost. You know, I'm not a top tier player. I'm still learning, but like going multiple quests over and over again and being the sole survivor in R10s and then bringing the group back together, right? Depending on who you're running with, it's pretty nice. So try not to use Featherfall and just see where it takes you, right? So that's why I get this Autumn Winds. Spring's Resurgence, I'm a sucky healer. I am. This heals your whoever you use it on for a lot when they get below 50% hit points. So if you have people with enough HP and some R10s, they won't get one shot and then this will bring them right back up. And if I have Regen and Vigor on them too, if I'm doing my job properly, they will be healed with just those. This is nice. Not needed again. Crown of Summer, really good buff for anybody. Put this on your tank for the healing and put it on, you know, somebody else for the melee or range power if needed. This 15 extra spell power, nice. It has another great effect on it. Mainly the spell power is amazing. Caster levels, necessary. Winter's Heart, gain 8 times your wisdom and temporary hit points for 30 seconds. Do not go without this, please. So, some would argue I don't need to go in Nature's Protector, right? And I could get another wisdom here. I could get another wisdom here. And get maybe some more saving throws. Get another crit chance. But these are all little things. I'd rather have the extra hit points. If you look, 8 hit points here. 16 hit points for each additional core. So, and then I get 8 PR, MR, on top of 12 more of that. I had an extra point. I think I just threw it in here for some reason because I think my saves are a little low with this build, sadly. This you get going up to get Nature's Defense. I think I needed an extra point, so I put it in here. Falconry, I wanted the extra hit points, of course. And Sprint Boost, I cannot tell you how many times this has saved me. This is fantastic when you're cutting around dooms until you need to get to a safe spot or just until somebody else pulls aggro. This right here is nice. Needed on most characters, I would say Sprint Boost is really good. I try not to make a build without it anymore. And then Healing Amp. You want to heal yourself as much as you possibly can in this game. On something that can heal, you want this Heal Amp. PR just to make the way up the tree, and an extra wisdom to top it all off. Alright, I had to cut that clip. That was a lot of talking for me. I'm a bit like congested. Got like some sort of cold or whatever. Anyways, back. And where were we? Enhancements. Let me do, well, sure. Screw it. I opened up Reaper Tree by mistake. Reaper points. I have a lot of them. I would suggest getting all the DCs, spending everything you can in Dire Thermatarge, and then getting the extra 100 hit points from Grim Barricade. and then filling out the rest of Grim Barricade. And then once these 2 trees are filled out, start putting the rest of your points in Dread Adversary. Super simple, nice and easy. That goes for most casters. Attempt number 1,000,000. I had to do something. I got called aside, and then kind of lost track of time. Yeah. Let's dip into the Destinies. There are so many choices, so many ways to go with this, and so many things I've tested and tried, and there's no one right way to do this, especially when you don't have all the points, or compared to people who have all the Destiny points. There's some things you want to get rid of, some things you want to change and move around and test, and oh my goodness, the options with these Destinies are amazing. I love it. And almost most DPS casters, AoE casters, they're gonna want to go into Draconic, at least to get the Dragon Breath, the Wells. Okay, so this is the big thing here. When you're in the Draconic Incarnation tree, you want this Wellspring of Power duration is doubled. That's insane. Don't go without this. You get 100 temporary spell points per character level 2. So, let me click this. You see my ass? Look at this. 300 extra spell points. Boom. On top of that, if I'm in the correct mantle here, when I'm raiding, I switch to this mantle. So I got 100 spell points, and then it says when you're using the Mantle of Nature, your spells have a chance, to give you 100 temporary spell points. So the healing spells too. So I go on this mantle. Let me pop a couple of these. See, I got 100 temporary spell points right there. See if I can make it proc again. No, it's not gonna do it now, is it? There we go, 100 extra spell points again. So you get all these extra spell points for being in Primal. It's really nice for raid healing. Also in Primal, the main reason why I go in here is for Reborn in Fire. It does fire damage per character level based off of evocation and heals. The healing hits really high. And then this, at its core, Heart, it says doubles the damage of Reborn in Fire. And you get 25 uncapped dodge for 4 seconds. So this is amazing. So I use Reborn in Fire, which is right here. I heal for a crazy amount. I can't use it in this area. So you just heal and then also get an uncapped dodge. This is great when I'm kiting around Dooms and I get smacked by it by mistake. I just hit this, almost heal to full or heal to full depending on the skull, and also damage it and get a dodge cap. Or uncapped dodge. Great for red names. Amazing. Fantastic. Reborn in Fire, and get this. Really great. Cores are pretty good too. Going up the tree, I get extra wisdom here. And then I had some extra points left over, so I get 15 universal spell power. That's really good. I could have got some more stuff up in Draconic, but I don't feel like it's necessary. This dragon form is pretty good, but I'd rather get the extra spell power, and then enlarge costs 9 less, which making enlarge cost 1 spell point extra. That's crazy. That's Primal for you. Whew, that was a mouthful too. Draconic, Dismantle gives you extra damage with your spells, has an internal cooldown of 5 seconds. This increases that damage while you're inside Mantle. This gives you cooldown reduction of spells. Let me see something here. Okay, yeah. So I want to show you something here. So if you notice, cure moderate wounds, I'm going to cast this. It'll say 3 and then 2. Yep. This will immediately go 3-2. See how it did that 3-2? So what that tells me is this 10% cooldown reduction actually takes into consideration like percentages. Like it doesn't round up or it doesn't round down. It gives you exactly what it says, which is pretty neat. I was thinking this would round down like most things do in DDO, but this doesn't. And it is not multiplicative. You have this, and you have Dragon Soul Filigree set. If you have the past lives, all of it stacks. So it's amazing. This is an amazing thing to get. Dragon speed. You want that speed. Dragon Breath does extra damage. You want that. Going up the tree, I got maximized cost, 9 fewer spell points. That's good. Evocation DCs. Then I got transmutation DCs over here. Fire Seeds, transmutation. I know the saves are hella low for Fire Seeds. On a cold druid, the ice flowers will be hella low too. It's just how it is. These DCs are very low. And that is Destiny's. Yes. Let's go over to Feats here. Feats pretty self-explanatory. I'm a caster. I wanted the fire. I'm fire caster. Fire spell power. Also, I want that positive healing to heal as much as possible. So I got that too. Without swapping weapons, I want that positive spell power to be high. And that is also why I got Fount of Life for the heal lamp and spell power positive. Silent Plane of Fire, explanatory. I'm fire based. You want that. Evocation mostly too, with things like Earthquake and Tsunami, color sprays, illusion. This is transmutation, whatever. That's good. Embolden, more DCs. Some would argue get arcane insights. I did not. You know, whatever. Intensify, Wellspring of Power, necessary. These are the epic feats that you want to get. Hi Sojek. Let's see here. Metas. I grab basically all of them besides Extend. I don't get any feats for DCs, sadly. I do get improved mental toughness and mental toughness, so those are nice. Get that crit chance and the extra SP. So DCs are lacking a little bit, but I run with Salt. Yes, I am crazy, but this thing is good. Since my DCs aren't that high, you know, they'll land 90%, 80% of the time, it seems like, sometimes in like R10s, which isn't enough because you don't want to get smacked by something in R10. So this Salt, it greatly reduces enemies' movement speed and attack speed. Greatly. This is good. This is a fall save. This is a thing I can fall back on and rely on to save my butt. Just spam your spells and everything will slow. Easy button, right? When I'm in a group, though, you know, I do have an Ash swap, and I do have Dust swap for more debuffs, for MRR and for PR, things like that. You'll notice I have a Spinneret. That's my quality spell focus mastery. I'm missing one. Yes, again, DC's a little low. Whatever, I know. Quality potency on that. Dragon's Eye. This thing, in case you didn't know, Dragon's Eye, if you take a look, see here, oops, wrong one, get out of there. If you take a look, see, you get 4 filigrees for a perfected item. You need Nebula Fragment for that, though. Those are hard to come by. If you need guidance on that, just say something in the comments. So this also has my Esoterica on it. This also has Esoterica. Spinneret has Esoterica Augment. Those 3-piece augments give me 3 artifacts to all spell DCs. You need all 3 of them for that to work. Sacred Spell Focus Mastery. This is part of my Autumn set. This ring is part of my Autumn set. 2 little extra defenses. And then, obviously, for Autumn, because everything else sucks, I got Amber Pendant for DCs and Insightful Sheltering. It's very hard to gear for a Druid caster. Fire. I could try to go for more sets, get more crit chance and spell power, but I also need the Red Dragon Scale Armor, and I settled for 4-piece LGS. That way I get some material opposition, so I have more HP and more crit damage. These, very defensive item. I got my heal lamp from there. Also, another, I mean, come on, game. Another defensive item too. I have my wisdom slotted in, which kind of sucks. So I'm losing like a DC there, but whatever. And then Wild Flame. Yeah. Skills, take whatever. Heal, spellcraft, spot if you want, tumble, UMD. The options are limitless. Balance is good. Whatever. Here are my stats. I know not the greatest at all, but whatever. Almost pushing 900 without buffs outside of Reaper mode for fire spell power. Positives 847. I don't even have an insightful item for it. You know, with the swap, I'll get this over 900, almost 1,000 outside of Reaper mode. 86 wisdom. I'm missing wisdom from a set. I don't have any completionists for wisdom. I'm missing a bunch of wisdom there. Yes, I know. Now that I just blew through that, I think that pretty much sums everything up. In terms of what to do with this build when you're playing, cast regenerates and vigors on you and your teammates before battles. Also hit them up with a Spring's Resurgence and a Cocoon to the person going in first. You can also use these on yourself. Winter's Heart before a battle or during a battle for that temp HP. That stacked with Cocoon, you get 3,000 hit points outside of Reaper mode. Jeez. Scales of the Dragon, you get to block 450 physical damage or something like that. So that's like another 400 something hit points essentially. That's pretty good. Use those before fights, and do not forget to use your buffs. And go in, spam them with fire seeds to get that salt going. You know, use your tsunami color spray. I usually use tsunami and color spray first. I will lead with an earthquake every now and again, and then go into the fight, run them around in circles, use tsunami, color spray, and then fire seeds them to slow them, and then I use like flame strike, firestorm, dragon breath, and just go for it. Don't forget to unquicken all your buffs and cast these before fights. Here's my spell list. You can pause it here if you want to look at it. Nothing too fancy. I use that just only the stuff that I have on my bars here. Big note, Epic Ring of Spell Storing, essential. Mysterious Baubles, essential. These Vile Blasphemies are nice, you know, but you really want these clickies for the extra spell points. Oh my goodness, great. This Hood of the Unrest gives you dodge, so that's phenomenal. Spell power, clickies, and Yugoloth pots, remnant potions for your DCs, and you are all set. I even have swaps here for social skills. This is what I use for my swaps and all characters, in case you guys want to know. So that'll do. Again, check the description for a even more in-depth build guide, or for the Matron build layout, so you have it all there. I should be able to post those in the description, I'm hoping. And take care. Bye bye.